It's May 3rd and we just got our delivery from Tata. So I'm gonna open it up and show you guys what's inside. They look absolutely perfect. Now for the moment of truth, we have to see if the PCB fits inside of it. Make sure everything lines up. And there we have it. It's a fit. Perfect. And now it's time to assemble. Hey, we're here at Cousins Music today to let Beau try out the new pedal. We're very excited to see what he thinks about it and can't wait to see what all you think about it too. Today I'm headed back to Cousins to let Beau try an updated version of the Beauverdrive. When he tried it out the first time, he said he wanted a more squared off character. We were using silicon diodes, 1N4148s to be specific, and we decided it might be a good idea to try germanium diodes. So we got some 1N34As, threw them in there, and I like what it does a little bit better. I'm really hoping that Beau gets the character out of the pedal that he's looking for. So I'm going to drive it over to him, let him try it out, and we'll see if he approves it. I just got back from Cousins and Beau approved the pedal. We're very excited that he liked what the germanium diodes are doing in this circuit and very happy that we were able to achieve the exact sound that he was looking for. So now that the pedal's approved, it's time to order all the parts that we're going to need for the first batch of 10 pedals. And then I have to assemble them and then get everything ready for release day. And then it's time to release it out into the wild so that you guys can play with it. I want to show you guys a couple cool things about the inside of this pedal. So we put a couple Easter eggs. This is just a little cartoon bow. It's the same as the front. And then right here it says Beauverdrive. But something funny about that is that we originally called the pedal Beau Takes a Drive. And then we found out that Beau used to mod pedals for himself and use a label maker to put like custom names of the pedal on the front. He had a overdrive that he modded a long time ago, and he actually called it the Beauverdrive. So this was a perfect fit. We were just making jokes, and it stuck. And so it's the Beauverdrive now. Today is May 8th, and Stephon and I are headed back to Cousins again to take some pictures and discuss some future video content with Beau. We're doing things different this time, and it's taken a lot of planning, but it's really coming together nicely, and pedal production is well underway as well. Can you tell us about just like how this whole thing came about?
I'll start from the tippy top, which is I had a customer who saw you guys at a trade show. I don't remember what that was. It's happening at Fort Smith Convention Center.
Yep.
And he came into my store and he was like, "Have you heard of TA pedals?" And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." He had a video of your vampire squid and was like, "These guys make pedals in Shady Point." And I was like, "Cool." And then we somehow got a hold of each other, and I bought some pedals from you guys because they sound real good. And I ended up moving my shop to the bigger space. And then Stephon came in and said, "Hey, do you want us to make a pedal with a little cartoon version of you on it?" like a store exclusive pedal. And I said yes. And he said, "What do you want?" And I said, "Boost and overdrive in the same box because I always stack stuff for tone." And he said, "That's funny. That's exactly what we were thinking." I said, "All right." So that's it. The rest is history.
Back in the day when we first started, Beau was one of the first, shops we came to, seeing if he was interested in, supporting a local business. And he said that he always wanted to have something kind of more boutique and local in the shop. And he really thought what we were doing was cool. And so it all just worked out for both of us. We decided that we wanted to do some sort of collaboration so that we could really support each other. And Stephon, you came down here and talked to Beau about what he would want if we were to do kind of a signature pedal of sorts. And he has always said he's been a fan of the Tube Screamer thing for a long time. So kind of like a Tube Screamer-ish circuit, but more.
I would say I'm the lead designer as far as TA pedals goes. I design the artwork, the layout, the circuit board. Pretty much anything that you can look at, I designed it.
And so I had an idea a while back about having two circuits in the same pedal. I have a pretty big pedal board myself, but I'm always very conscious of how much space each thing I put on there is going to take up. And a 2-in-1 pedal seemed like a good solution to a few problems that I think a lot of guitar players run into, which is, pedal board space.
It's two pedals in one. So there's the convenience factor, which I like the convenience. I'm very practical. There's something. It's about the harmonic content when you stack boosts and overdrive, or overdrives and distortions, two dirt boxes together. You get all these harmonics you can play with, and when they're both in the same box, and especially with the order switch, you can really hone the harmonic texture of the distortion that way.
Yeah, I designed the circuit board, sent the PCBs in. They came in, put it together, let Beau try it out, and made changes accordingly, which weren't very drastic, and we have a full pedal. It's ready to go.
I had an idea for a pedal where you could have a boost and a drive in the same box, but also have the versatility of being able to switch the order that they come in. And so we wanted to do like a Tube Screamer on steroids with a boost, and you could put the boost first or the Screamer first, and that way you'd have the tonal versatility of either application. And that's what we came up with.
The overdrive sounds good. It's so usable on everything. Everything sounds good with a little bit of overdrive on it. And the boost, same thing. Use them separate, use them together. It's great, it's practical. Can we say practical a bunch of times? It's very practical.
This pedal is putting us as a name in Fort Smith, as people that you can go to look for tone and a versatile pedal that can cover what you're looking for. And it really gives us just that, what word am I looking for? It gives us that stationary position of we're the ones here. We're the ones here doing this.
It's drunk proof, yes. High contrast, especially when you're a couple of bush lights deep into the evening. It's very easy to tell what's going on. But seriously, when I play, I don't play with my glasses on, and I'm nearsighted. I'm not completely blind without my glasses, but seeing down to my pedals. It's being able to see what's going on if I need to make an adjustment is necessary and practical.
Is it practical?
Yeah, it's practical.
I think my favorite thing about the pedal is the way that I can apply this sound to who I am as a player. I don't feel like when I turn this pedal on that it makes me sound like someone else. I still very clearly come through with my playing style and such. I like to do a split coil thing. So I have the inner coils of both my humbuckers active, and it gives me sort of this spanky, overdriven tone that retains all of its clarity. And to be honest, I've never been a huge tube screamer guy, but with the combination of the boost in this box, it does a thing to get me the sound that I want actually better than what I've used up until this point. Unexpectedly, this has become probably my go-to for my tone.
My favorite thing about this pedal is the amount of clarity that you get. So you're getting a mild distortion, but you're also getting what seems to be a clean signal. Like if you were playing with a clean signal, you get that amount of clarity, but you also have distortion on top of it. And that's what I like most about it. I prefer boost first because it drives the distortion a little harder than otherwise. I also am very happy with just using the boost and running it into another distortion pedal to push that pedal even harder and give a little bit more distortion off of that pedal. But by doing that, it also retains the clarity. It gives it more clarity and more distortion at the same time, which doesn't make sense, but it does it.
Besides it being practical, it's very good. I'm a little bit picky about the texture of a distortion or an overdrive. I don't know if I like transparent pedals, although the overdrive can get very transparent. That's a buzzword that I'll use. But I turned a pedal on to change the sound of my guitar slightly, and I'm pretty picky about the texture but smooth, but aggressive, and being able to flip the boost on and off all in the same box. It's 4 knobs and a switch. It's like I can find a sound that fast.
Yeah.
It's gonna be easy.
I do a lot of stuff with like hybrid picking, but I want enough gain to still have enough sustain to let the note ring out, but I don't want it to become muddy, and this does that really well. What are your favorite settings on the pedal?
Everything at 10. Everything at 10. Both on, everything at 10. Bridge pickup, amp that's already broken up just a little bit. That's really great. I'll play with the tone, depending on how much high end I'm getting out. I don't know if you can see me now that I've bent down here. I'll play with the tone because I kind of want a sharp guitar tone. I let the bass take care of most of the under frequency. So I'm really looking for like a bite, like a kind of a dagger sound. And I like to boost the level of pedals because I usually leave them on. If I got a distortion, I'll leave them on, and if I don't really clean up all that often. But when I do, I'll do it with a pickup instead of with the volume knob on the pickup and not the box itself, with very few exceptions. So being able to blow the level out, I think gives it a sound. Just turning a pedal all the way to 10 as far as the level goes, not the gain, but the level, just blowing it out. I like that sound. So, but then you'll get a jump in sound every now and then. And this is more subtle, which I like that a lot. So if I ever did decide to turn it off, it wouldn't just completely throw me to the floor.
I'd say I put the boost on, probably, I don't want to get real technical with measurements and stuff, but I would say about 6 out of 8. 6 eighths instead of like 3/4 or whatever. So if you have like, let's say one is all the way down and 10 is all the way up, I would say I put it at about a 7.
The order switch is great. You can play with the harmonics that way too. There's a slightly different treble response depending on where you're going. And if you're turning them on and off separately, that makes a big harmonic difference. Boosting before an overdrive or overdriving your signal before you bringing that level up. It can also solve a lot of problems as far as like level goes, sound level, volume goes. Practical. It's really practical, guys.
I'm actually pretty partial to exactly what Beau does. I just crank it. I just crank everything up. I use an Axe Effects for all of my tones, but so I actually have the boost and the drive on at the same time, and then I back the boost down to where it's just maybe barely hitting the front of my Axe Effects hard. And so yeah, I use more the boost more as like a level control than actually boosting it, but it still goes through the boost circuit, which changes the gain structure a little bit. So
if you wanted to boost it up for a solo, it adds a little bit of it's great. The sound you get from 0 to 10, it's a great sweeping amount of tone. So really, if you buck it up, you'll break it up a little bit, but there's a harmonic sweetness to that sound. But yeah, that would be a very practical use for the boost. It's to boost during a solo.
So if I'm looking to play something a little lighter, I'll use this pedal specifically, level all the way up, gain about 9 o'clock, tone in the middle or all the way up depending on what I'm doing, and boost first.
You might recognize it from it's based on a popular punk rock album, a classic punk rock album. It's not exactly right, but it's me in that form, you know? So like if you've listened to any punk rock from the 80s, it's an homage. So it's like there's no mistaking who that is on the pedal. I love it too. And you guys, you gave me my earrings and I'm wearing my apron. I'm not wearing my apron today, but my apron that I'm usually wearing in the shop. I've got my apron on. I just can't stop smiling when I look. It's like looking into a mirror.
Beau showed me a hand-drawn picture, essentially him in the style of whatever album. Anyway, so I went in and I took the idea of the picture he sent me, and I created it in Illustrator, which is the digital media that I use. I made it have very clean lines. I gave him a V-neck because that's mostly what he wears. Every time I've seen him, he's wearing an apron, so I decided that would look cool because everyone else knows that comes in the shop sees him with the apron on. So that's going to be a very iconic look for him. And his hair has got the long swoopiness on top, so I put that little swoop in for his hair. He's got the gauges and the eyeballs on top of his head, so I incorporated everything I could to make it look as much like him as possible, while keeping true to the artwork that he originally created. The font that we use is the font that we normally use for all of our things because it fit the style of the pedal the most. It's just very clean, very bold, and so that's what he wanted. He wants black and white high contrast, and so we had to go with very clean lettering, no sans serifs or anything like that, or any script or anything, just simple, clean box lettering, I would say. And so that is where my mind went in the process of creating the artwork.
I love it. It came out so good.
It's funny because when you made that artwork, I was like, oh my God, like I love the font. And you were like, yeah, you should. That's the one we use for everything. And it worked out. It was the best one.
I used the same font for this pedal because it's just when we created that, that's the font that said clean and simple. That's our brand. And so when you wanted something clean and high contrast, that's the first thing I thought of is using our font because that's what we use it for. So this is our brand font, and we use the same font for Beau's pedal, and for the reasons I've already given.
Come down to Cousins Music and support 2 local businesses at the same time. This pedal's great. It'll satisfy all your drive and boost needs.
And distortion.
And yeah, it'll do cool stuff for you. You just get it. Don't even think about it. Just get it. That's what I would say. It's practical. That's what I would say. I'd say it's practical. Why wouldn't you want it? It's two pedals in one. You got a green light that shows that the overdrive's on. You got a white light that shows that the boost is on. It's self-explanatory. It's easy to use. It doesn't take up very much space. It sounds great. I don't know what else I could say about it. It's great. It's a great pedal, and I'm truly not even really being biased. I guess there may be a little bit of bias because I did make it or whatever. But like, even if I just came across this in the wild and I didn't make this, I would buy it. I'd probably buy 2. Because I would want to use the boost in an effects loop too. So I would need 2 of them. And so save your pennies. You're going to want 2 of them too. That's truly what I would say.
Are you going to put them together later?
Oh, I was just going to put them together right now. I mean,
Okay.
Are you ready to take the pedals? Like, are you ready?
I guess so, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm ready. You guys going to what's the date again? When are we rolling it
Next
out?
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Cool.
Yeah.
I knew it was getting close.
It's close. It's been a long time coming. I can't believe it's finally here.
Long time coming.
It's almost all I do every day. Is work on stuff for this. It's gonna be good.
Thank God somebody's working on it. 2 of 10.
2 of 10.
Three of 10.
Okay.
Hang on.
Sorry. I need to know when it's going to.
Right. Yeah. Go. So today is May 30th, And yesterday, the 29th, Stephon and I went to Cousins to finish everything up with Beau. We needed to shoot 2 of our playthrough videos, Beau's and mine, and it was an insane amount of forethought that went into what we needed to do that day. We had to have Beau sign the pedals. Since we did our batch of 10, we wanted to do sort of a collector's first edition type of thing. So we numbered them 1 of 10, 2 of 10, etc. And we also had Beau sign them. The first batch will be the only ones that are signed, so they're kind of a collectible thing. Because this is a Cousins exclusive, we talked about having Beau's signature pedal that's sold exclusively at Cousins be the white enclosure with the black graphics, and maybe having an exclusive color for online for tapedals.com as well, where it would be a black enclosure and white text and graphics. We just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for the support that you guys always give us. Thank you for the encouragement. This has been the most work that we've ever put into a pedal release, and it's been about 3 months of planning and hard work and coordination between Stephon, Beau, and myself. So thank you for the support. If you have had a chance to play a Beauverdrive, please let us know what you think about it. If you haven't and are local, please stop by Cousins if you're able to and check out the Beauverdrive in person. It's been a wild ride, and it's kind of strange to be wrapping everything up at this point. It's pretty much consumed all of our lives for about the past 3 months, and everything has been so secretive that it's been hard to contain it all and not share any of the excitement beforehand. But a lot of work went into it, and we just want to say thank you for the support, and thank you for watching this documentary. Thank you for taking the time to check out any of the products that we've released in the past. And again, if you can check out the Beauverdrive in person, please stop by Cousins and show a local business support. And if you want to pick one up, you would be supporting 2 local businesses at the same time. So thank you again, and we'll see you at the next release.
Hey everyone, Stephon here from TA Pedals. I just want to thank everyone for watching this video, and if you have time, go down to Cousins and pick up one of these new cool pedals. It was really fun. The process was very hands-on and exciting, and we had fun from start to finish, and we think you guys are going to enjoy the sounds that you come up with this new pedal. So thank you guys. See you later.